Hello, welcome to another one of my videos. In today's video we're going to upgrade to Windows 10. Now this is my video editing machine that I'm on currently, and this is the machine I use to actually show you how to do things on the computer as well. I'm actually going to upgrade this to Windows 10. So the first thing you need to do before upgrading to Windows 10 is you need to actually make sure your computer is compatible with Windows 10. Now, what's been happening is Microsoft has been sending out this program, which you might notice is down here. It's this little icon here called Get Windows 10. It's like a Windows symbol here, appearing in your taskbar on your computer, and it may occasionally, all the time, in my case on another computer, nag you to upgrade to Windows 10. It'll constantly keep coming up saying, "Oh, get Windows 10, get Windows 10, get Windows 10," and all that. And stuff like that. And basically it's a free upgrade to Windows 10 for a year. Now there's been some confusion with that, people saying that it's free for a year. It's not free for a year. What it is, it's free for life. So what happens is you download it and it's free on that computer for the life. The year is the amount of time that they're offering it free for to download it. After the year has gone, you'll have to pay for Windows 10 if you want to put it on your computer. That is how they plan to do it, and it's paid by like you would on Amazon. If you just bought it through Amazon, you'd pay it like that. It would just be a £70 or whatever if you got the OEM version. It's not going to be like a monthly thing, I don't think, not as far as I'm aware of anyway. But it's free if you download it this way, and it will always be free for the rest of the computer's life. And yeah, so this only icon will only appear on your computer if your computer is your Windows operating system is genuine, so it's activated and it's got all the latest updates as well. It won't work if you don't have all the latest updates, because this comes through Windows Update, I believe. So if you don't have it up to date, this won't appear. So you need to have your computer up to date and on genuine Windows 7. Also, it won't appear if your computer is on a domain, which is a network like in an organisation like a school or colleges or other businesses that have a big network of computers joined together, because obviously that's run by the network administrator. So that it won't appear on there either. It won't appear on Windows 7 Enterprise or Enterprise type operating systems. This is Windows 7 Professional that I'm using here, so it will appear on that. And also, as it's not connected to any domain or anything, we can upgrade straight to Windows 10, and it works. So instead of say we've got Windows 7 Professional here, it'll go to Windows 10 Professional. That's how it'll upgrade. It won't go from Windows 7 Professional to Windows 10 Home. It'll go straight to 10 Professional as well. So it keeps in line with what you've got. So if you've got Windows 7 Home, it'll go to Windows 10 Home, or if you've got Windows 8 Home, you'll go to Windows 10 Home. It's that sort of thing. And this will appear on Windows 10, Windows 7 and 8 and 8.1. That icon will appear on. The update isn't available for free on Windows Vista or XP computers. You need to actually buy Windows 10 on them computers, so you'd have to go to Amazon and buy Windows 10 from there, which I'll put a link to in the description for the Windows 10 Home OEM version, and I'll also try and find that if there's a retail version, I'll put that in the description below as well. So after all that, the computer, this will also appear if the computer specification is also met by Windows 10. So if your computer is not compatible with Windows 10, it won't appear either. So if your hardware is not good enough or whatsoever, it won't appear. However, if your hardware wasn't good enough, it probably wouldn't be running Windows 7 either. So it's more than likely that's why they decided to not do Vista and XP, because of the hardware requirements and stuff, and obviously they're on older computers, so they're more than likely not able to go to Windows 10. Not the case sometimes. More than likely you can sometimes upgrade 7. Vista or XP computers to Windows 7 and Windows 10. It just depends on the hardware and the computer, and so that's why they didn't decide to do it on them. So the first thing you need to do is actually make sure your computer's compatible. Now it says the computer's compatible, but you can believe it, but it may have been a while since it did that scan. It depends how long you've had this icon on your computer now. I've had the icon on this computer for a long time, so you can tell it to. I thought they've changed it since I last saw this. What you do is you come into the program by clicking on that, and this will come up straight away. There's a view report, and this report tells you what your computer is, if your computer is ready to go to Windows 10. Now it's changed a little bit, because the first time this came out, it told you everything, like it had a list of all hardware on your computer and all software, and told you if every single piece was ready. Now it's a little bit different this time. They've changed it now, so it just does that. It says none are incompatible, none of the data files are ready. So they've changed it a little bit. So yeah, so it'll tell you if your computer's ready. You should reserve it if you want to make sure that if you don't want to do it now, you just reserve it. And there would be a reserve option somewhere around here. And obviously I've reserved it already, so it's not going to come up for me. But yes, it is free. It's the full version of Windows 10. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create a backup of your computer. For making sure that in case something goes wrong, you're not going to lose everything on your computer. So I recommend you do a full backup of the computer, or even create a system image of the whole computer, so that if anything goes wrong, you can just revert back to the way it is currently now. And there's many programs out there that'll be able to help you do that. In this case, I'm just going to go straight for upgrading to Windows 10 because there's not much on here I'm going to lose. So it doesn't matter so much if it does go wrong. But I recommend that you always back up your computer in case something does happen. Obviously, you don't want to lose everything. And also, the pages here show you the information of what Windows 10 is, or the features it includes, like Cortana and Microsoft Edge. Once I've done the upgrade, I'll do a little bit of a review and show you some of the features and such like. So once we've done that, we can now start the download and upgrade later, or upgrade now. Obviously, I don't think it has downloaded by what it says there, so this will take. It's 3 gigabytes, so the speed will depend on the speed. The speed it takes to download will be dependent on how fast your internet is. So if you've got fibre optic, depending on the connection of your fibre optic speed as well, it will take whatever time it takes. On the connection that I have, it'll probably take about at the maximum 20 minutes to do. So it won't take too long, and then I'll come back and we can install it. So the first thing we're going to do is press upgrade now. It's going to start the download, and once it's started the download, once it's completed downloading, it will then ask you to install it. I hope anyway. It's not going to hope it doesn't go straight into upgrading it, because that will be ruining the video. So once the download starts, it will in a minute. It will complete, and then hopefully we'll be able to upgrade it to the next stage in Windows 10. Now there was 2 methods you could do. You could do it this way, or you could do it through Windows Update. So if I go to Windows Update, we could either do it that way. That was the easiest method to do it. So Windows Update, you just type Windows Update into the bottom search bar, and you press click Windows Update. And in there you would press get started, and you'll go through the setup that way. I'm not quite sure if it would just take you back to this page behind. It may do, I'm not quite sure because I've never done it this way. So, but it's already upgrading to Windows 10. It's starting the download. So once the download has actually completed, I will be back to install to continue the installation of Windows 10 on this computer. So the next stage is this. As soon as they start recording, this it changed automatically. It went to Windows Update. The actual box changed from there. This program here closed automatically and went straight on to downloading Windows 10 on Windows Update page. So it'll actually go through Windows Update anyway, regardless if you went this way or the other way, so it wouldn't really matter which way you went. And basically it said starting download originally, and then it said it's checking requirements before it started recording the video. So this is what it's doing now. It's just checking to make sure the computer's okay to begin to download Windows 10. And once everything's everything's met the standards of Windows 10 that it requires of your computer, it will then begin to download Windows 10 properly. And I will be back. I'm not going to go through the video of it downloading because it may take a while, because this computer's wireless, and sometimes the wireless goes a bit funny on this computer, so it may take a while with this computer. But it depends. If it was straight on wired, it would be about 20 minutes on this connection probably, but it may take longer on this computer. So it's checking requirements, and it will be starting to say it will start the download like it would on Windows. When you're doing Windows updates, it says percentage it's downloaded. They'll start doing that in a minute. With Windows 10, once to check the requirements, and then that'll be it. We can begin to install it afterwards. So I will be back when that is ready, and I will start off the installation with you next. Hello, and obviously now the download is nearly completed at 98% complete. It's obviously a little bit less than 3 GB as they said, because it's actually 2.6 GB, around about that. It's nearly done now, 99% complete, and as you can see by the time, it will tell, if you look back previously, you'll see how long it's taken actually to download the actual Windows 10. So it's just about complete now, and we will begin the installation of Windows 10 in a few seconds, I guess, so whenever it completes. It actually didn't take long to download over this wireless connection. Usually it takes a long time because the wireless plays up on this computer, but it didn't today, so it's alright. So first of all, it's creating a store point, as always, so it can actually store back, so anything go wrong. Yeah, preparing for installation. It's actually going to do it without me pressing install, which I didn't want it to do. So luckily I've started the recording off, which is good. So at this point now, it's just making sure everything in the computer is ready to be installed. Everything's ready on the computer for the installation of Windows 10. So it's probably moving files around. It's probably checking areas and directories to make sure they're clear, and then you can actually move the operating system up to the next version. It's just checking everything's okay, and once it's done that, it will move on to the next stage, which will be, I would have thought, either asking me to install it or it will be installing it itself. Now, I don't know how long this is going to take. It could take a while. It may only take 5 minutes. You see, if I turn off the recording, it may just go straight to the next stage. So I really don't know. See, look, it's just moved it across a bit. So it won't, obviously in this case it's not taking too long, so we'll leave it recording, and we'll go on to the next stage in a minute. So yeah, I will speed the video up to the point where it's finished, and we will to the point where it goes on to the next stage. So I will join you then. So it's now just about finished preparing for the installation. So the next stage will actually either ask me to install it, or it'll carry on to continue to actually install Windows 10. So it's just about finished now, so we'll just wait for it to finish. So now it's preparing for the upgrade. So this is the third. So it's actually asking us to install it. So what you need to do now is it's going to ask for you to go through the terms and conditions of Windows 10 to install it. So you can read that, or whatever you want to do. And press accept. It'll go on to the next stage. So there we go, and the next stage is that it's going to ask you to start the upgrade. The computer will restart when it does this, so for it to do that, I'm going to record it somehow, so that you can see what it's doing. And so yeah, I will be back once it does that. Now we're going to actually install Windows 10. Now I'm recording this on the camera now. Mainly for the reason that it is better in the respect that obviously, because what will happen is that I can't record the screen actually when it's the computer's doing Windows 10 install. So I'm going to press start the upgrade now. So obviously I'm going to do it for the camera so you can see it this way. I'm going to try. It might not be brilliant to see the screen because the resolution is quite high to fit it all on the camera. But I'm going to try my best to show you what's going on. So press start the upgrade now. The computer will restart. I'm assuming so anyway. Doing something. The mouse is moving around doing something. There we go. Just currently shutting down. That's the last time I'm going to see Windows 7. So now it's currently configuring the update for Windows 10. If I can zoom in. That's the thing about this camera, it won't zoom in actually when it's filming. That's no good. But if I move the camera closer, there you go. So it's configuring the Windows 10 update. I don't actually know how long this will take. This is the next step before it moves on to the next stage. So I'll come back as it changes, otherwise we will be here a while. probably, and now all else space on the camera. So the configuring update for Windows 10 is nearly complete now, we're 85%, and so I've turned it on in case it goes straight to 95 or whatever, all of a sudden, because it keeps moving rather quickly. So yeah, it's not far from going on to the next stage. I'm not quite sure what the stages are of this, because I've not actually seen it happen before. Because when I upgraded one of my other computers to Windows 10 a while back, it didn't work like this. It was different, completely different to this. So it's nearly done, 96%. I'm assuming this is just configuring the update ready for it to be installed on the computer. I don't know what it's actually doing, and if it's installing it or what it's actually doing, I don't know. If it's getting it ready again, not really sure what it's doing. But anyway, 100% complete. So I'm expecting the computer to probably restart now. Yep, like it's doing. And I don't know what's going to happen next. So we'll see what happens. It might come up with Windows 10, or I might get something else. So here we go. Let's see what we get. Oh, Windows 10 logo. So yeah, here we go. Windows 10 already. I think. Is it? No, it's upgrading Windows. Right, okay. So yeah, so basically what it says down here is it's copying files. It's 1%. If it can, the camera's going to focus on there. It says copying files anyway down there. So if in case you didn't see, installing features and drivers and configuring settings. 0%. And upgrading Windows, your PC will be restart several times during the process. So this will take some time, depending on the speed of your computer, and obviously the hardware you got in the computer and other various factors. So this may take, on this computer, I don't know how long it'll take. It's already at 2%, so it may take about 15 minutes probably, 15-20 minutes, somewhere around there, to complete. And once it's complete, it will then, I guess, restart, and I'll ask you to change some settings. But until then, I will pause the video, because you don't want to watch it just counting up 3%, 4%, 5%, because that isn't really a fun thing to see. So I will come back once it's on to the next stage, or just about when it's completely nearly finished. As you can see also, before I finish this part of the video, it goes round on a bar, looking by looks things, it's 1%, and then it goes round this blue thing all the way around. So yeah, overall it's 1% done, and it's copying files at 6%. So, I see what's happening now. This lights up, because that's what it's doing. Next stage is that one. That's dark. You can't see it on here, but that's darker. And then that's darker, so it'll move on from that stage to that stage to that stage. So that's what's going to happen. So it's 2% now. So I'll be back when it moves to the next stage. And then again on the next stage as well. So it's moved on. It's now copying files has gone blue. And it said installing drivers as the software, and drivers and features, sorry, there you go, 5%. So obviously as the screen flickered on and off, that was a graphics driver. As we can see, yeah, it's got more clear of the screen as though, since it just did that refresh then. The next stage after this would be configuring settings, which won't be long away as well. Once this one's finished, it will turn blue as well, I would have thought. And I'll move on to configuring settings. I will update you as it goes along, to the point where it is nearly done. Now the computer's just restarted itself, so it's going to be going on to the next stage, which is configuring settings. So it's 75%, so we're nearly done now, not far off, and I will show you what Windows 10 looks like once it has completed this section, assuming it doesn't need to go through all the what's your name and all that lag. And then we will, and then I will do a review in a separate video. I'll do a review of Windows 10, or what I think to it. So it's 33%, so maybe we can actually just keep this video recording, because it looks like it's going to be done pretty soon. By the speed it went up then. So yeah, Windows 10 has got some new features. We've obviously got Microsoft Edge, which is apparently a really fast browser. We've got Cortana. We've also got some other useful tools, which we'll be looking at as well in the next video. And so that should be good. I wonder if we can get Cortana to do things like Siri can do, like make it say silly things and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. Let's have a look. Once it gets nearly done. So we're 97% now, 90% done configuring settings. So it should be nearly done in a minute, and we should be able to use Windows 10 in a minute. Also, the video I'm doing now is going to be edited on this machine, or has been editing, should I say? Has been edited on this machine that I'm videoing now. So it'll be edited on a Windows 10 machine. So we'll see how that runs. I'm trying out a new program as well. See how better that is at editing. Here we go. Welcome to Windows 10. Straight away, it's come up straight up with the screen. Welcome to Windows 10. It's asking me to log in. Down the bottom we have I'm not YouTube. Now I've called the user YouTube. That's why it's saying that at the bottom. I'm not YouTube, and it's got a Windows Accessibility logo, if I can get the mouse here. Windows Accessibility logo down here, and the language selection there. And the keyboard is currently US, so we'll have to change that. We can press next once we're ready to go log in. So if I type the password in, whatever I've done with the keyboard, and then we can move on to the next stage. So now you can either press next or we can press enter. I'm going to press enter. So get going fast. So this is just going to where you can customize your own settings, and you can change settings about the computer. This is the same with what Windows 8 did when it first started up. So you can have a read through this. So it's saying that you can personalize your speech, typing in settings. You can let Windows announce request your location and content. Can automatically connect to suggested open hotspots, get updates and send updates to your PC on the internet, connect with friends, let Skype contacts and you do not track us off. And if you press the user express settings, that will be what it's doing. Obviously I want to change that, and I recommend you do, because I don't think you want things tracking you all the time, and do not track is off, which you want is on, because otherwise your websites will track you, so you want that on, to be honest. So I'm going to press customize settings down here at the bottom. So the first one, personalize your speech. So you want obviously to turn that off, because you don't want any of your data being sent to Microsoft. To do with your speech, typing, and along with all the other stuff. Sending typing into text, no, you turn it all off. Let apps use your advertising ID for experiences across apps. Well, I don't have an advertising ID anyway, so I'm just going to turn it off anyway. Let Skype, if installed, help connect you to friends via your mobile number. You can decide that yourself. If you want the mobile number with Skype, then that's up to you. I'm not putting Skype on here anyway, but I'm turning it off. Location, turn on Find My Device to let Windows apps request your location, including location history, and send Microsoft and trusted partners some location data to help improve location services. Again, off. So next, you've got some more. Automatically connects to trusted open hotspots. Not all networks are secure. Off. No, off. Off. Just turn it all off. That's what I'm doing. I don't need all this stuff. This is one of the disadvantages to Windows 10. There's lots of features, and it's a little bit of a what's the word? Full of it's full of not so good features. It's like it's spying on you, which I know most people probably think, and I'm probably going to comment on it saying that it is, on this video saying that it is, because I've heard from people that it does do this Windows 10, so I'm not so sure, but there's no proof anywhere that I've seen that says that it does. However, that's what I've heard. So that's why there's lots of options you've got to go through. It's a bit of a pain, but that's what Windows is nowadays. So yeah, your smart screen is fine. You can leave that on. That's just to protect you. Predictions, yeah, you can browsing data. You can turn that one off, because it's obviously going to send browsing data to Microsoft. You don't want that. Get updates from and send updates to other PCs on the internet, speed up apps and Windows Update downloads. I don't really know what that means. I'll leave it on anyway. And again, it's just showing you what Windows 10 can do. And yeah, so press next. You can choose your default apps and stuff if you want, and that will obviously come up with a box, and you can do all that sort of stuff. Microsoft Edge. I'm going to turn it off because I don't want that as default. Groove Music, I guess, is Windows Media Player but changed. So I'm going to leave that on, that's fine. So next, finalising your settings, and here we go. Let's see Windows 10. Hi. Updated your PC. I should hope they are. I'm just currently configuring, finalising the Windows 10 setup, so it'll be nearly done in a minute. And then the desktop will be showing, which is the most important thing. And the screen, if you can't notice on the camera, it's actually getting brighter and dimmer, then brighter and dimmer. If you haven't noticed, you probably can notice actually, yeah. Sort of notice. Yeah. Some new features to get excited about. Well, we'll see about that once we get into the Windows. Whenever it finishes. The speed it's going at is very slow. Here we go. Let's start. There we go. That's Windows 10. So I'll join you back on the computer now and we'll have a look. Hello and welcome back. Now we're actually on Windows 10 on our computer, and the computer is making some strange noises, but it's working okay. It's doing something in the background with my devices. I can hear it making noises, but as far as I'm aware, it's still working. Anyway, let's have a look. So, straight away, I've noticed that the recycle bin's gone to a really old look. It's gone back to the way Windows 98 used to be. So yeah. That's about it. This is Windows 10 for you, really. It's doing something for, I don't know what it's doing, song devices. And so yeah, this is about it for Windows 10. It looks quite good. You've got start bar back again and such like. That looks a lot nice. Notification settings. So yeah, that's about it for this video. That's how to upgrade to Windows 10, and I'm going to do a review of Windows 10. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much.